In this video, I'm going to share with you 10 important things that I learned and did in Detox that made my recovery process from addiction so much better. So look, you might not be suffering from addiction, but still you should watch this video all the way through for a few reasons. First of all, it's going to be interesting to find out what it was like for me in Detox as far as the things I learned. Secondly, you're going to realize that the things I share in this video are things that you can use in your day-to-day life, really in many situations. And the third reason to watch this is, you may know somebody who is having a problem with addiction. And there'll be a time where these things could be helpful for you to share with them, or where you're going to be able to just act a little differently or employ some of these things in a moment when you have the opportunity. So go ahead and listen. You might even be in on a conversation where somebody else knows someone who's suffering from addiction, and some of the things you hear in this video will be useful in those moments. There's nothing like helping people recover and get onto that beautiful inner light of creative freedom that we all have available to us. So watch this video all the way through. Now look, if you are suffering from addiction, obviously this is for you. Seriously, you could feel like you're in a place of isolation. You could feel like you're all alone, but I am here to tell you that you're not alone and that there is hope and that there is definitely a way out. In fact, my addiction actually turned out to be one of the best things in my life. Why would I say such a thing on such a negative experience? Well, first of all, we want to look at things in life as being lessons or catalysts or stepping stones for change. We want to see them as being a foundation for something new and something empowering. Plus, as someone who has suffered from addiction, I realize that obsessive and compulsive habitual seeking of finding more and more drugs, more alcohol, more money to spend on it, all of that focus, intense focus, was something that I would be able to use later on after I had recovered and let go of those activities. Now I point my focus, my intention, my strong power, maybe it's a little obsessive, in making videos, in doing my creative pursuits, in spending time with friends who are there, who want to communicate clearly with me, in other situations where I get to just embrace the beauty of life, and there's so much more. My world has opened up so much as a result. And again, it's all of that pure focus that I was doing when I was in active addiction. It's a little bit of a shift in a different direction. And whenever you do shift your identity in a new way, you get to move out of the addict role and move into the other roles that you like. I got to move into a dad role. I got to move into a skier role. Me and my son went and took skiing lessons. I got to move into a video YouTube creator role, into a spiritual card reading role. These are all the different hats or roles that I wear, and I don't have to just be confined to the addict or alcoholic role. And all of that really is burnt off because I just don't practice those things anymore. I was able to get hooked off of them and move my conscious awareness, my spiritual presence, and my actions and emotions towards other pursuits. Now look, you came to this video to hear 10 things that I learned or did in Detox that made all the difference. Now, first thing you want to do in Detox is, oh my God, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Look, my body was gone through a beating. I was up for 5 days here and 5 days there. Oh my God, I was crazy talking to myself in a way that was just insane. Now look, we get so exhausted, our body doesn't have the nutrition. It has been just stretched in all directions. And really, we've been desensitized to knowing what our body was saying to us because we're on all of those drugs. Now look, you want to do that. The first thing that I did was I crawled into that bed and I said, oh my God, let me go to sleep. Now look, sleep is awesome too because it gives you that feeling like that you're sort of escaping, which is one of the reasons why I use drugs too, to make me feel like I was going to escape from the issues that were giving me anxiety, the issues that were causing me to feel guilty and ashamed. Now look, the beds might suck, and mine did, but hey, who cares? This was part of that having to try to make the best of a crappy situation. And the truth is that I was so tired anyway, I ended up not giving a crap. You know what I mean? The second thing to do in Detox, besides sleep, is Eat every single thing they give you. Oh my God, eat it all. Eat all the food. When you start to taste that food, holy moly, that's amazing. Now look, I did sleep through a few of the first meals because that was the priority. But once I was able to get up, and they do wake you up, once I was able to get up, and other people came over and said, hey, Brian, mealtime. They're bringing breakfast. Brian, they're bringing lunch. As I ate as much as I could, I just felt like I was getting better because all of that nutrition, all of the fuel to be able to think and walk around and act is all inside of that food. So eat whatever you can. It's a great experience to put new things in. For me, it was putting something new into my body besides drugs. And that gave me a way to really get in touch with some of those new associations like, wow, this tastes really good. I remember having a bowl of cereal. I was like, oh my God, the crunching of this cereal. I remember this when I was a kid. Oh my gosh, Count Chocula has never been so good in my life. I even tried Fruity Pebbles, even though I never ate them before. I was like, why not? I've tried every single drug you can imagine. Why wouldn't I try some Fruity Pebbles? So goody good. Now look, in Detox, sleep and eat. Now what else? Those are two. The third thing that you want to do when you're in Detox, oh my God, they will have groups for you and you want to share in groups. Share in groups. Look, just clue in on something that the moderator or the counselor is talking about and just offer your 2 cents, right? Just offer some type of articulation, a reflection back of what you hear them saying. This is going to help build your new identity, build your new reality that you are going to Detox to move forward towards. Our words and our descriptions are reflections back of what people are saying. That's going to help catapult us forward. So when the groups come up, take your turn, say your piece, be quiet after that, and listen to what others share. It's a very interesting time to be able to get to know other people, to get to know human nature, to get to see the similarities of what other people are going through, and to feel not so alone. Plus, other people, when they shared things, it gave me the courage and it gave me the space to feel like it was okay if I shared. And it gave me the time for someone to listen to me for just 2 minutes, 3 minutes, so that I could feel heard. These are things that in my addiction, I was so isolated. Wasn't really talking to anybody but, the dealer. And that doesn't really work out well. So look, that's 3 things. The 4th thing that I'm here to tell you that I learned in Detox, that I did in Detox, is I used it to practice asking for help. Practice asking for help. Now look, asking for help is not an easy thing, especially when it's like, well, I can do it myself or I have to do it myself, or else it's not really going to stick, If I don't take responsibility, then it won't be any good. I can't let other people do things for me or else it'll be them doing it. And that's all true. But look, there are times where every action is appropriate. You know what I mean? Asking for help, that is something that we need to learn how to do, and it's something I needed to learn how to do. I'm so smart, I'll figure it out. I'll be the one who can do it. No, Brian needs help sometimes. Look, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Now look, way to practice for help in Detox is whenever you have a little teeny need, a Band-Aid, you want some foot powder, any little question about the facilities and what the rules are, just ask gently, like knock, knock, knock on the little door where all the nurses are. Hey, I wanted to ask for help. I wanted to ask for a Band-Aid. I've got this little ouch. And this is a good practice to do. If you go with little safe things like that, or like, hey, I wanted to ask for help. Do you know the schedule for tomorrow's meals? They will point you in the right direction. They are there to help. By you asking for help, you get better at it, and you give other people who are working in those detoxes the opportunity to feel and do something helpful for you. They want to see us recover. They want to hear what our questions are. And the key there is to just be mindful about practicing asking for help. Know that going to the detox itself is one big ask for help. This is all going to help you to create this new life you're really looking to get. Now, look, I used drugs every single day I'm telling you, you don't have to live that way. You can tell it, you can hear it in my voice, you can tell by my expressions that I am free from that addiction lifestyle. Now, the next thing, what are we looking at? Number 5 thing to do when you are in detox, is make positive associations with the things in your environment. Yeah, the things in your environment. Now, for example, you're going to see maybe a bookcase, maybe you're going to see some drawings on the wall, maybe you're going to see some little affirmations here and there. When you spot these things in your awareness, just make that mental note that that is something that you want to get into your mindset. Just visit it, just shake hands with it, just notice it with your conscious awareness. So if you're prepared to face your environment as a positive thing, then you're really just going to magnify the things that are positive about it. What we look for, we find. You and I both know that. Whenever we had an idea of how we could find more drugs, we always found it. What we set our mind to, what we put our focus on and our awareness on, starts to churn inside our conscious space, our faith space. Then we just get these intuitive thoughts and ideas on how we can play that out and get more. I always found ways to get more drugs, and I know you did too. Now look, if you make these positive associations with the things in your environment, you can even think of it like you're looking for little gemstones or on a little treasure hunt, that the environment has coded into it, little scavenger hunt of wellness and recovery just waiting for you. And by doing this, you're going to exercise your creative thinking, which is really what recovery is all about. It is a renewing of the mind, which leads to a new energy, high vibration, which leads to a renewing of our purpose and our heart and our ability to overcome day-to-day emotional ouches and day-to-day informational, oh, I'm scareds. All of that is going to be solved just by practicing making these positive associations within the environment. The next thing that I'm sharing with you in this video for you to do to make the best out of detox is, complain a lot. No. I'm only kidding. Look, don't complain. Share your feelings like, I'm feeling upset because they're making us wait for our snack. Now, that's okay to share that, but look, as far as complaining goes, you're going to hear a lot of people complaining about something, whether they're complaining about the facility, complaining about the counselors, complaining about the food, complaining about that they can or can't do this or that, whatever. Those complaints, when you see and hear them, notice how that energy of complaint is ruling and running the person who is complaining. You can almost see as if they are dormant, as if they have been hijacked and disappeared. Like there's a parasite living inside of them called anger and blindness. Watch it. And as you notice that, you're going to get a feel for their pain, for their anxiety, for their powerlessness, feeling of powerlessness. So when you hear people complaining, the surefire way, because you're not going to want to be around that, it's going to be painful. But we can't run away from it, and it'll only serve to become a negative association in the environment if we don't handle it. So how do we handle the complaining? Easy. When you hear someone complaining, pause, take that deep breath, move your awareness to your breathing so you can neutralize the strong emotion. Mindful conscious breathing, a few deep conscious breaths will flood your blood with oxygen. What a great drug. Oh, it will release endorphins. Another great internal free drug that you don't have to go anywhere to get. And that will open up the opiate receptors in your brain. Yeah, I said opiate. Whoa, what? So goody, good. That's going to act as a gentle, calming elixir that's going to allow you to buffer the strong complaining energy that's coming out of people around you. When you're calm and you're witnessing them, you can simply just mirror back to them what you hear them saying. Mirroring is a surefire way to handle complaining around you without running away from it or feeling that you have to hide or escape from it. And it builds a sense of responsibility and the ability to handle tough situations which are going to come up in life anyway. And that's why we're in detox anyway, is to learn how to detox and start to recover our ability to face life well. Now look, the mirroring works like this. Someone's complaining like this. What's wrong with them? They give us these garbage snacks. I hate them. You would stay calm by focusing on your breathing, and you might say back like, I can tell that you prefer something else to eat. They will say, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I want barbecue potato chips. You take your breath. You respond by saying like, you would be given out. And you say something like, in your own words, you feed it back. Something like, if this was our rehab, we could give out barbecue chips morning, noon, and night. Now that is going to break apart that person's crazy, crazy complaining energy. They are going to come back down where you are in that calm space. And then it's going to help them to feel that bond between the two of you. It's going to help them come out of that hijacked, emotional, addictive energy. And it's going to bring a sense of wellness for both of you. You can use the mirroring in any situation to repeat back to people what you hear them saying. This is going to show them that you're listening to them, and it's going to show you what you even hear. And when you do that, you're going to be able to navigate your environment much better when you feedback what you hear others saying. When a counselor says to you, you need to write about these 3 things, you say, okay, what I hear you saying, if I understand you, is that the first thing to write about is this, the second thing is that, and the third, this. That type of mirroring or reflective feedback is going to go a long way in rehab, a long way in detox, a long way in your personal life, especially when you get out and people are coming at you saying, what's different this time? How are you going to stay clean this time? And you can say to them, pause and breathe. What I hear you saying is, in the past, I've always let you down. That mirroring it back to them, they're going to have to face that, and they're going to say, well, yes, you have. Then you can say other statements like, I have done A, B, and C this time. You'll be able to recount your experiences to them and why you know that you can live sober or clean from your addiction. And you're going to be expressing or pressing out of yourself, articulating a case for your own recovery. Now they might say, well, I don't believe you. And you can just simply, instead of fighting them, do the mirroring. You can say, what I hear you saying is, you think it's pretty much impossible. All we're doing there is feeding back what we hear them saying, but in our own words. We don't take on their idea, especially when it's a limited one like that. And we do show them that we have heard them, and we do stay calm. That's going to be one of the best convincers to them that we are changing. Because we are not fighting them in their fearful expressions that are really based on our behaviors from the past anyway. They're just letting us know what they've seen us do in the past. So, what is the next thing? Are we done with these 10 things yet? So, another thing you can do in detox that is just going to be awesome for you, it was for me, is find a book and find time to read it. You don't have to read it the whole time. Don't hide in the book. Just regularly pick up the book, read it for a half hour, put it back down. A best time that I found to do that was before lights out time, when everybody was milling around and being all antsy-pantsy. It was a good time for me to settle down with that book, and it also made my eyes tired. So that was good to read before the nighttime bedtime. Plus, by reading the book regularly, it gave me an escape, a healthy one, into the lives of the characters in the book. And I got to get out of my own situation, out of my own life, in a way. I got to get out of the detox. I got to escape it without them even knowing it. Gotta love that freedom when you can find it in a healthy way. The other thing about reading a book is it taught me moderation, meaning that reading the book as a half hour here or a half hour there or a half hour in the morning, it gave me that moderate approach to life. So I didn't do that one activity all the time like I was using drugs all the time. It gave me a chance to practice what moderation living is like. When we moderate our activities that we do throughout the day, that breaks apart these rigid, obsessive, compulsive routines. And so it also will expand our life in new ways because we'll have pockets of time to do new interests or to do the things that we have to do or the things that we love doing. So all of that just from grabbing a book when you're in detox. Another thing you want to do that's very important in detox that I did was let my family go. Let my family go. What does that mean? That means that while I was there, I didn't get preoccupied with what they were doing, what they were thinking, what they were not doing. And I didn't ask them for a lot of stuff. I just gave myself and them a break. And it's important because remember, we are in a relationship with people and things, and until we change, those relationships don't change. So this letting my family go, not calling them constantly, not trying to cling to them or any of that, that was very helpful to me to let them go because it gave them the space they needed from me, and it gave me the space mentally, emotionally, and behaviorally away from them so that I could do something different like the other things I'm talking about in this video. So yeah, the good thing about it is just make sure, I made sure that my family knew where I was and that they knew I was safe and that they knew I was there. And then I just made a simple plan with them to talk to them once a week for 10 minutes. And that's how we did it. I did write one letter, and that was important too. If you're inspired to do that, I know that helped me. But other than that, really give yourself a break, give them a break, let them go until you get that chance to employ some changes. And you'll see it worked out really well for me. It should work out that way for you too. Now, the very last thing I want to share, about what to do in detox, probably the most important thing. That's why I saved it for last. When you are in detox, make the decision, no matter what happens, that you are going to stay. 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 All right, that's your 10 things. It was 10, wasn't it? That you can do, that I did, and I did those things. That's why I went to detox, so that I could come out and make this video and tell you about it so that you can use those little tips for detox and recovery too. Enjoy your day. Oh my God, I can't even imagine. If you're having a crappy crap day, maybe today is a day to call somebody on the phone who you could take a risk with and let them know, you know what, I want to go to detox. I'm scared. Go ahead and do that. When you do that, everything changes. Now look, if you want to watch more videos, wait till you get out of detox, then find my channel and subscribe to it. And I will be here as your spiritual friend, as your recovery friend, anytime you want, 24/7. Have a great day. All the best of your life is ahead of you. Why not? Why not? Why not? Mine is. Take care. See you soon.